Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about AITX. AITX. Oh, yeah. No, by the way, let me pull up Discord. I am in the AITX Discord. And like I mentioned in several videos, the best thing that can happen is AITX gets to a higher exchange and over the long term, over the course of 10, 20 years, just continues to climb higher and higher like NVIDIA does on its chart. I'm not going to show you that chart. I think you know how NVIDIA likes to move. But yeah, I am waiting for 0025. I am. That is, I'm a cheapskate. I want it as cheap as possible. We had several runs, one, two, three, a little pop here, but then another one, four. So we had four runs. Here it ran up, pulled back, and then run up. But ultimately, it still came back and retraced. And here it actually came back and created a new low. And this is a time where we held up for months: November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. We thought this was the bottom because it held up for almost 6 months. It held up above 006. And ultimately it didn't even matter. That didn't matter. And so here we are down here nice and cheap, and we're seeing a repeat of that. So since December, we've been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going on to 5 months of sideways action here above 002, because that's where we bottomed out, 002. And I don't think it's even come down there. Maybe just this time here. Clearly people were quick to buy up. Shady Shades, I appreciate he's positive towards AITX now. Well, yeah, because it's bottomed out on the monthly. Although those liabilities don't make me happy, but can't complain if this stock is bottomed out. What I think Shades doesn't understand is the little run is much different than all the other ones in the past. We are literally about to be cash flow positive and never had this many positive drivers pushing it. Oh boy, this guy, I don't think this guy knows what he's talking about. Cash flow positive and never had this many positive drivers pushing it. Ooh, there were so many positive drivers pushing Aitx. And they're cash flow positive. And they have a better financial situation. And they have a better assets to Aitx is just a superior stock, financially speaking. I've made a video on that. So I'm telling you right now, this doesn't mean anything. In fact, there's a lot of cash. There are some companies that are cash flow positive with a lot of positive drivers pushing it, and guess what? They don't go anywhere but down. So I don't know what this guy. I think this guy has this idea that, oh my God, we're gonna be cash flow positive, and oh my God, the positive driver's pushing it. Oh my God, this is it. We're just gonna sky. Yeah, no, this is wrong. Wrong way to see it. It's a good thing over the long term, but that doesn't mean that the stock's just gonna start. Yeah, no, this is in 2021. We're not gonna suddenly explode to 25 cents. Aitx is uplisting with a no reverse split, and it's actually uplisting a bunch of subsidiaries as well. And it moved from 005 to 3 cents. That's it. That's all it did. But that company is doing way more than AITX is. It's in a different stage essentially. It's getting ready to uplist. I think this is the wrong way to look at it. This is a positive over the long term, yes, but this isn't going to cause us to. At best, it's going to cause us to establish a new floor, maybe at 003, 004, maybe, but it's not likely because I just showed you the chart here. And the most important thing here is, before I even continue, is this buying pressure here doesn't mean anything to me. I just want to buy it cheap, first of all, but this doesn't mean anything to me. You know why? Because it doesn't matter. What matters is, are you going to buy? Are the buyers going to step in when it matters? You know when it matters? When the selling pressure gets hot up here in this whole zone that I'm going to mark red. That's where it's going to matter. I don't care if you step in and buy here. That doesn't mean anything to me. It's going to matter up here. You know how we establish a trend to the upside? Do you know how we establish a higher high and higher low? Instead of just having this sideways action? And we just kind of dump lower. That's been the pattern. Let me show you the monthly, the weekly even. It's the same thing. We establish a floor and then we break down. Floor, break down. That's been the pattern. I don't see anything different happening unless buyers step in where it matters, which is up here. You want to go to a penny? Buyers have to step in when it matters. When people are selling up here, they're going to be holding a bag, but you got to step in when it matters. Down here, it doesn't matter. Here it matters to me because I want to get in cheap. So think about that for a second. In order to create a higher high, higher low, in order to do the opposite of just this, buyers have to step in when the selling pressure gets hot. So we'll see what happens when we go up here to 005 and maybe even 006. Dude, if it can't break 005, I mean we're not seeing 006, and that whole 006 area is just gonna be that's gonna be real hot. Like buyers really better step in there. That's when it's gonna matter. All that positive volume you're seeing right now, that's cool. What are you gonna do when it comes up here? Are you gonna be able to? Are you gonna step in? I'm not stepping in for them and holding a bag up here. No, thank you. Only the stupid people are gonna buy up here. So we'll see what happens. That's my thought process. Like I don't think people are getting a little too excited. But we'll see. I don't think we'll see 0025. It is possible we don't see that anymore. We might establish a new high. Can't wait to see what he says when this thing explodes and he has your shares explodes. Again, I don't think these guys understand how it works with the charts. Yeah, I am being ambitious with the price point, but yeah, I can see a new floor being established, and I'll buy that. You know, I buy it at the new floor. It's like yeah, we're still technically trending downward over the long term. Actually, we're right at the 9. Interesting. We did go up above it several times, but usually you'll notice every time we've come up above the 9 EMA, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it tends to act as a resistance if you notice here on the monthly. And it's we're right there. Even if it comes up above it, it would really that I mean a break of that 9 EMA, that would be beautiful. On the monthly, that's a good sign. We'll see what happens though. I just don't see it. Um, I hate when people get too excited. Like, dude, are you serious? Like, and you know, do you have any idea how many companies are profitable and have good PRs pushing it, and it just doesn't go anywhere but down? It's that's the way the market works. Unfortunately, just because the stock is doing good doesn't mean it's gonna go up. That's I mean, you just saw Tesla bad earnings and it ran up. So now you make sense of that. All right, guys, that's it for the video. As always, like, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. And shout out to Aitx Steve Reinhardt because I was able to buy myself an e-bike with the gains that I got from that 100% run from 0025 to 005. So, you know, shout out to that guy. Love the PRs, love the transparency. I'm going to hop on that bike, go for a ride. I'll see you guys in the next one. Got to get my rotisserie chicken from Jewel.